This is it. This is a final for Chelsea Football Club. Yes, a final. A London derby. Chelsea against Arsenal. Sunday, November the 10th, 2024. You know what they say? Form goes out of the window when it comes to playing a derby against your local rival.
Form does go out the window.
Form does go out the window.
Form goes out the window.
Form goes out the window against your local rivals.
So this is going to be a final. Chelsea need to play this game as if they were playing the final of the Champions League, the final of Europa League, the final of FA Cup, something. This is our final. This is before the international break. This is a great opportunity for Chelsea to send a clear message to the rest of the league that we are still there. And guess what? Chelsea are ahead of Arsenal. So if we beat them on Sunday, we're going to the international break with 3-point cushion between them and us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ogs, your own brother. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment down below. Only one click away to help the channel. If you want to see Chelsea beat Arsenal on Sunday, all you have to do is to click the like button and miracle will happen to you. This video is about my head-to-head comparison between Chelsea and Arsenal.
Here we go.
The game is gonna be 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time if you are in the US, and it's gonna be on Telemundo and also USA Network. It's not gonna be on Peacock. Head to head between the two teams. Let's start by the bottom one, and then we're gonna finish by the more recent games. Chelsea 2, Arsenal 4. They beat us at Stamford Bridge. It was April 2022. November 2022, Arsenal again beat Chelsea Football Club at Stamford Bridge 1-0. May 2023, Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. That was at the Emirates Stadium. And all these games are in the Premier League. We are not even talking about another competition. And then October 2023, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 2, Stamford Bridge. And you remember Robert Sanchez's madness when he gave the ball away so many times until he got punished by Declan Rice. Assist from our own goalkeeper, Mr. Robert Sanchez. And then the last game, we played them in the Premier League. It was at the Emirates Stadium. That was April 2024. Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0. So it's really painful to see how we have fallen, because back in the day, Didier Drogba's day, they used to be like our babies. And look at the last 5 games. We only drew 1 game. They won the rest of the games, home and away. So Arsenal have to be taken very, very seriously. We're gonna come back to give you some details about the last game that we got smashed. We got destroyed 5-0 at the Emirates. I will give you some more details, but let's go to the form guide. In the last 5 games, Arsenal lost 2, they drew 1, they won 2. Chelsea, they won 2 games, they drew 2 games, and they lost 1 game against Arsenal. So there is a big difference between Chelsea and Arsenal in the last 5 games. Chelsea only lost against Liverpool. Arsenal lost against Newcastle United and Bournemouth, and both teams were beaten by Chelsea in the Premier League. Bournemouth, Chelsea beat them 1-0 away, and Arsenal lost 2-0. And Newcastle United, of course, they beat Chelsea in the Carabao Cup, but in the Premier League, Chelsea beat them 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. Did that mean anything? I don't think that means anything because this is football. It's not an exact science, but it just tells you that Arsenal are not the same team they used to be a couple seasons ago. This season, they've been found out and they are struggling to even score goals. So Chelsea can take advantage of the situation and win this game. The season so far, you have Chelsea 4th on the table. Arsenal are 5th. But they have the same amount of points. Only goal difference separate the two teams. And then Chelsea won 5 games. Arsenal 5 games. We drew the same amount of games, 3-3. And we lost the same amount of games, 2-2. So we are very, very close this season.
It's an exceptional team. Exceptional in all departments.
Let's check top players between the two teams, not the entire Premier League. Between Chelsea and Arsenal, top players. In terms of goals, you have Cole Palmer with 7 goals, Nicholas Jackson with 6 goals, Kai Havertz with 4 goals. In terms of assists, Bukayo Saka 7, Cole Palmer 5, Nicholas Jackson 3. In terms of tackles, Moises Caicedo leading the chart with 35, Thomas Partey 30, William Saliba 24.
It's a Chelsea thing.
Let me go back and remind you the painful event that happened at the Emirates, April 2024. Arsenal 5, Chelsea 0. I'm just doing my job. I know I didn't even watch that game back. I'm still frustrated, but it is what it is. Trossard scored for them. Ben White 2 goals. Kai Havertz 2 goals. And on top of that, Kai Havertz celebrated like if he won the Champions League with Arsenal, just to make Chelsea fans very angry. From that day, I don't have the same respect and consideration for Kai Havertz because, you know, he's the guy that I supported until the end. Even when he moves to Arsenal, I was just respecting him and saying that he's not a bad player. But celebrating that way, I was so frustrated and the respect went down, even though he's still there because he won us the Champions League and other trophies, but not the same. Now he's an enemy and we have to take him down. That's the way it is. Ben White was the man of the match that day. Agent Pochettino sabotaged that game in my humble opinion. Look at the lineup from Chelsea that day. Petrovic, Disasi, Kukurea, Badiashile, Gilchrist, Enzo Fernandez, Mikhailo Mudryk, Madueke, Conor Gallagher, Moises Caicedo, and Nicholas Jackson. Saab, Bettinelli, Thiago Silva, Trevor Chalobah, Cesar Casadei, Kani Chukwuemeka, Jimmy Tororian, Dyer, Raheem Sterling, and David Washington. Agent Pochettino was the manager.
What? What the fuck?
So you see, there is a big difference from last season because this season we have Enzo Maresca and we are playing a beautiful football. We have many players fit, even though by the time of recording, we don't know if Cole Palmer is going to be fit and ready for Arsenal, but the majority of the players still there. In this game, we probably had more than 10 players injured. Key players were injured that day. No Reece James, no Ben Chilwell, no Christopher Nkunku, no Fofana, no Lavia. So that tells you everything. And this season we don't have Gallagher, but we have Lavia back. Nicholas Jackson is another level this season. So I think we are more prepared and more ready this season than last season. And look at this. we dominated. Domination FC. 55.8% possession. Only 1 shot on target, and Arsenal had 10 shots on target. Shot altogether, Chelsea only 7 shots the entire game. Arsenal had 27 shots. And that's why these stupid statistics about possessions means nothing in football. You can have 90% of possession. What did you do with the ball? Nothing. So this is just giving you an idea that we need our revenge. We haven't beaten them for ages. We only had 1 draw at Stamford Bridge last season.
I feel embarrassed.
And we almost beat them if it wasn't for bloody Robert Sanchez. Very quickly, I will tell you that Chelsea will win this game, okay? I am very confident about it. We are going to do it. There is no way we can give this game away. Chelsea to win 2-1 at Stamford Bridge, and I will give you all the details in my preview video. Stay tuned. The video is going to be out shortly. I'm still working on it, but I think this time I don't care if it's going to be 2-1, 1-0, 5-2, everything. I just want 3 points so we can go on international break with peace of mind, because remember, the previous international breaks, every time we dropped point before the international break. The first international break, it was against Crystal Palace. It was a draw, just like 1 point each. But for me, it was a loss, if that makes sense. And the second international break, we dropped point at home 1 more time against Nottingham Forest. So this time, imagine the meltdown if we beat them, and they're gonna be like 3 games in a row losing, right? Haha! Arsenal international break is gonna be very sweet for Chelsea, and it's gonna be bitter for Arsenal.